Your recent book, your previous book, Decision Points, is the best-selling presidential memoir of the modern era. Do you like the process, Mr. President, of writing a book, or is it tedious? Is it a tough thing to do?
No, this one, well, both of them were fun to write. This one has been really fun to write because I learned some things about Dad I didn't know. There were some things I did know that I learned more about. And I was anxious to share the story with him. At first, Mike, I wasn't going to publish it until he moved on.
Right.
But then I decided, let's just get her done. And wanted to get out ahead of the books that'll inevitably be about him, so that at least there's a touchstone here for people to get a unique view of George Bush. But it was a fun book to write. And, you know, I mean, for example, when I talked about his religion, he had a great line that I didn't know until I researched it. It said, you know, preach the gospel daily, if necessary, use words, which I thought summed up his life very well. His post-presidency, the old Mandarin adage: stand on sidelines, hands in sleeve.
Right, hand in sleeve. Well, it's a wonderful book to read, and I obviously everybody knows I'm a great admirer of yours, but I'm not kidding you. This is an easy book and fun book to read, and insightful and moving. It's a perfect book. 41, A Portrait of My Father by George W. Bush, and you once again have come through and you've graciously agreed to sign a couple of copies for our Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. We're going to give listeners a chance to bid on those, because that's a huge part of our Red Kettle campaign, because that's just the kind of guy you are, and we appreciate you doing that.
Thank you. The Salvation Army is awesome. They do wonderful work.
They sure do.
Laura and I are very much involved here in the Dallas area.
I know.
You know, with helping the Salvation Army as best we can. And I want to thank you very much, Mike, for living the adage, do unto others.
You bet.
And, the Salvation Army certainly does that.
They've changed my son's life, as I've spoken about quite openly, and you and I have spoken in the past about one of my son's struggles, and the Salvation Army has literally saved his life, turned him around completely, and I'm so proud of him. And so it's very personal to me.